You ever have that feeling that your eyes are playing tricks on you? Well, today we're going to do it on purpose. We're going to explore how your brain can be tricked, using nothing more than a few simple black and white lines. So here's the big question. How is it even possible? How can two simple colors, black and white, create this powerful illusion of movement? We're talking about static, unmoving pictures that are about to pulse, spin, and shimmer right before your eyes. And in the process, we're going to uncover a little secret about how your brain pieces reality together. All right, first up, let's look at something I like to call the pulsing zigzag. This one is just a masterclass in what's known as radial energy. That's the powerful visual kick you get from lines that burst out from a single point. You're about to see exactly what I mean.
Okay, just let your eyes relax and kind of rest near the center of the image. You feel that? It's like this subtle, rhythmic hum, right? A vibration that feels like it's coming right off the screen. It's wild because the image is perfectly still, but your brain is absolutely convinced it's alive.
So what's the trick? Well, it's this brilliant mix of three things. First, you've got that single vanishing point in the middle, and it just acts like a magnet for your eyes, pulling them right in. Then, you have those bold, high-contrast lines shooting outward. But the real secret, it's in the edges. See how they're not straight? Those sharp zigzag breaks create this tiny little stutter that our motion detectors in our brain pick up on, and it interprets those conflicting signals as a pulse. Okay, so we've seen how jagged lines can make something pulse. But what happens if we smooth out those lines? Get ready, because we're about to see a totally different kind of illusion. Let's call this one the hypnotic spiral. So once again, just let your gaze drift towards the center. The feeling here is completely different, isn't it? There's no pulsing this time. Instead, it's this powerful, almost dizzying feeling of rotation, like you're being pulled down into a swirling, endless vortex. The magic here is all in the shape of the lines. We've still got that deep central point and the alternating bands, sure, but instead of sharp, jagged edges, we have these smooth, wavy, flowing curves. This smooth, predictable curve fools the part of your brain that tracks motion. It creates this little feedback loop that results in that undeniable spinning feeling. And here they are, side by side. It's so clear when you see them together. On the left, the jagged, broken lines create that vibrating, pulsing effect, because your brain is trying to fix the pattern to fill in those gaps. On the right, the smooth, flowing lines create that spinning effect, because your brain is predicting where the curve is going to go next. It's the same core idea, but the type of line tells a completely different visual story.
So far, both of our illusions have had one single powerful focal point pulling us in. But what happens when there are a whole bunch of them? Let's check out our final illusion, the crystalline star field.
Now for this one, just let your eyes wander across the whole pattern. You'll notice there isn't one spot that really grabs you. Instead, as you look around, you might catch this subtle shimmering or twinkling out of the corner of your eye, almost like the little points of light are winking at you. It's a much more delicate, kind of magical illusion. The secret to this one? It's basically information overload. You've got multiple little starbursts all arranged in a perfect grid, kind of like tiles on a floor. That's called the geometric tessellation, just a fancy way of saying a repeating pattern with no gaps. Your brain just can't process all of those intersecting lines and angles at once, and the tiny little miscalculations it makes, especially in your peripheral vision, register as movement, that cool shimmering effect. So we've broken down a pulse, a spiral, and a shimmer. And in doing that, we've actually discovered a kind of visual grammar, right? A secret language that your brain understands instantly, even if you don't consciously know it. We can call it the language of lines. And you know what? It all boils down to this one simple but incredibly powerful formula. You start with the highest possible contrast, that stark black on white, which gives the cells in your eyes the strongest signal they can get. Then you mix in some geometric precision. The predictable mathematical nature of these patterns gives your brain a set of rules it expects to follow. The illusion itself is born in that tiny little gap where what your brain expects to see clashes with reality, forcing it to fill in the blanks with motion. And that leaves us with a pretty fascinating thought to end on. We've just seen how simple, static, black and white lines can literally change what we perceive. So the next time you're looking out at the world, maybe ask yourself, what else am I not seeing as clearly as I think I am? And what other patterns are out there just waiting to trick my brain?